good morning. We've been very pleased to do a number of projects using TLC grants, and the project that I'm going to show you today, hopefully, is a project that we did with DCOP for the Van Ness UDC Commercial Corridor Enhancement Study. And the focus of the work was to look at opportunities for LID improvements in the study area. The project was a $30,000 grant. It went over a 6-month period of time. We worked very closely with DCOP, and DCOP brought in a number of other DC agencies. And part of the work, part of the grant, was to involve closely architecture students from the University of District of Columbia, and also involve the community in the process so that the grant would be used as an educational experience and an educational opportunity. One of the things we really like about working on TLC grants is that they typically come in at the beginning of a venture in a community, and they tend to be creative bursts of energy. They also are educational, and for us, they tend to be extremely creative. So we find them really enjoyable and very satisfying. So we had the study area, and there are the typical problems. The community was really upset about the grim nature of the UDC metro area. There are problems with accessibility. There are enormous impervious areas. There are unfriendly, unattractive public spaces. A great deal of energy in the area, but just tremendously lacking in major amenities. And I think one of the things that people in the community spoke about was the mediocre architecture in public realm. So the next things I'm going to show you will be kind of the process we went through. We did a very detailed inventory and analysis, and we showed all of our work over the course of the 6 months in 4 major public outreach sessions, plus brought UDC students into our firm in order to go through the urban design and landscape architecture process. So we did the typical inventory and analysis and revealed things that were not really clear to the public, that there are great areas of impervious surfaces, and there are lots of opportunities using LID to upgrade the various physical and urban design characteristics of the study area. We used the project kind of as an educational opportunity, working with the students and working with the community and working with DCOP. And DCOP had a fantastic project manager, Andrea Lamaro, worked really closely with him and with Sarah, and showed, for example, what the physical characteristics are, identified a number of opportunities. The keys for the LID were topography and hydrology, and we did quite simple diagrams to express and explain the problems and then opportunities where low-impact development could be achieved. We used a lot of precedents from elsewhere in the country as well as in DC to show the creative possibilities that could bring major benefits to the UDC Van Ness metro area. We defined 3 specific urban design character zones that would begin to inform our recommendations. We did cross-sections that would be used as a basis for determining what the problems are and then where the problems could be solved and how they could be solved, and always used those with existing conditions photographs to show kind of the ways in which things could be changed. We had a lot of interactive sessions with the public, and all of our recommendations were really based on the kinds of things we learned from those sessions, and everything built on everything else, as you know. So our recommendations were very, I think, thorough. They were creative. They identified ways in which LID could be incorporated into the public realm, and identified specifically those types of conditions that could be made through elements that I'm going to show you here. This is grim. This is much better. And these simple graphics, and we kind of did a simplified, stylized series of simulations that were used and developed very quickly so that we could portray the kinds of opportunities that were possible in the study area. We showed simple plans that expressed how to change a very poorly designed tree box area into something that's very dynamic and attractive and benefits the overall study area. This is another view looking north from UDC. This is a way in which stormwater could be captured, street trees planted, paving developed and incorporated into an overall scheme that would benefit the area. We were specifically not charged to look at the buildings, and we were specifically not charged to look at urban design. That was a completely different study. So it made the $30,000 grant achievable from my perspective, being billable, and helped really get things through. So in summary, one of the things we really like about the TLC grants, and we've worked on several, is that the projects tend to jumpstart other things, and they tend to be, as I mentioned, very educational. And from a consultant's point of view, you get in the beginning, you help people understand the opportunities that are possible in a given study area, and there's a lot of, we have found, interest and excitement that builds and generates other grant opportunities. So thank you.